All right, so I'm Jose, Megan, Cynthia, Mary, Twan, Jordy, and Phoenix, and we are Team Unlimited. Okay, so real quick, we're just gonna be talking about what we've been doing for the past 8 weeks. So we're gonna start with we did a survey the beginning when we first started the challenge. Out of 908 of our students, and we did a big survey. We have 2,000 students, but we had 908 surveys. 40.2% of those students feel sort of confused about their future, don't know what they want to do after they graduate from high school.
So, as Team Unlimited, we asked ourselves, what do we need as students? And most importantly, we asked our peers and the staff, what do you see that the school needs? What do you see your peers needing?
So we decided with Challenge 3, which will help our students on campus understand there are many options that they can choose for after graduation.
So we started asking ourselves what do we need to think about? So these are questions we posed ourselves, and I have the definitions I wrote on this index card for what is college and what is a career. Let's be honest, no one cares. Okay, so we're not concerned about what college is. We're concerned about what college means to our students. It might not be university. It could be community college, for a broader definition, even trade school. So we started asking ourselves, what does that mean for our peers and the students at our school, rather than just people that want to go to college, or what they're actually going to do after high school?
We also wanted to let them know that it's okay not to know about your life after high school, and we also wanted to let them know that there's more options out there.
So we, as Team Limited, give them a lot of bad options that best fit with their life goal after graduation. This could be short-term, medium-term, and long-term goal that's related to their college, career, and their future.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, we did do a survey. So that's the beginning of our process throughout the 8-week challenge. So we wanted to understand students' concerns and what they needed in regards to what they want to do after high school, or any concerns that they have.
We also wanted to make understand the opportunities that Dallas Promise is giving us. So we began to think, what is it that teenagers do every single day? And it clicked to us, social media. I believe everybody here has social media. So we're like, why don't we live stream some professionals talking about their experiences throughout their careers? And after all that, we did a survey to express how much we have impacted these people. 50% at the beginning were afraid of the life after high school.
From the survey, we also found out that 12.6 people had no idea whatsoever what they wanted to do after high school. That might not seem like a lot, but that's almost 1 in every 8 people. I see a lot of people at tables there. There's about 10 people to a table. So that's at least one person at each table that has absolutely no clue what they're going to do after high school.
Like I said before, we did live streams on all social media so teenagers don't have to come out to other places. They can do it through the phone and ask questions to us about it.
So I interviewed a teacher from NJSS who used to be a nurse, and through the interview, I got a lot of experience from her as well how she say how college life and what adversity you have to face with as a nurse.
So me and Megan, we interviewed 2 beauty professionals from Boss Beauty Makeup Academy, which is one of the biggest makeup academies in Dallas, Texas. And they just answered questions about those who are kind of scared to go into the beauty industry, or the stigma that is built when you're a part of the beauty industry.
I interviewed a former lawyer who later on became a teacher, and a former NGS student who is now in college and answered questions about the life in college.
One of our teammates, Amy, interviewed North Garland Raiders that are confused about their future and fear their life after high school.
So these are just some of the tweets that we tweeted out to our students throughout the process. So we were very active in all of our social media accounts, and our live streams, we did them through Twitter and Instagram. So they were 2 platforms that we used.
And then we sent out a survey after our week of live streams and found that 14.2% of our students are no longer afraid of what they're going to do after high school.
Okay, so real quick before we wrap this up, I know a lot of y'all have y'all phones out, and I know y'all got Instagram and Twitter. So if y'all could please just follow our accounts, NGHS Promise on Twitter and Instagram. We're gonna keep on doing this. We're gonna keep on interviewing a bunch of people, and we just want also y'all's opinion because it's not just our students. It's literally everyone in the Dallas County that might be concerned or have any questions. Because that little tool you have right there is really, really powerful. Whether you may not believe it or whether mama tell you that it's not powerful or it don't do anything, tell her mama it is. It is. I can learn a lot of things from this. So if y'all could just please follow our accounts. All right. Thank y'all so much for y'all's time.
This is awesome. I love how scalable it could be. And so I'm going to ask you guys the same question I asked the others, but where do you see this going next year and in the future?
So in the past 3 to 6 weeks, we've been growing our social media presence. We're the only 2 seniors on this team. The rest of the team is going to be at school next year. They can continue growing this, reaching out to more companies. Like they said, they reached out to one of the best beauty schools in the Dallas area. We could continue growing ties with other companies and interviewing more people from different subjects, such as like architecture or veterinarians.
And also, we want to expand this not just for our campus, but for our district, and then eventually the entire county, because this is not just for us. We are starting it, but the end goal is to have everyone here affected.
And also, we're gonna keep on doing this because even after the week of live streaming, we made a poll on Twitter asking if they still wanted us to do these kind of live streams, and we asked what kind of things do you want to see, and we got multiple responses. When you go to our trifold, you're gonna see some of the responses. We got direct messages asking people that they want us to interview people in dermatology or architecture or the multimedia business. So students are really impacted by this, and they still want us to keep on doing this.
You have a new superintendent. How are you going to be able to go to the next level in terms of getting parents involved and getting the superintendent on board with this initiative?
Okay, when it comes to parents, many parents are actually on our social media and are following our account. So might as well, like, the parents are like, oh, they're live streaming, like, you want to know about this career. When it comes to our superintendent, he has events called Lopez Listens. So Lopez, what he does, he brings students from all types, from regulars, AP, DC students, so he can listen, and maybe we can, like, some of us go and talk to him about board, how many other schools can do it as well. And I wanted to include during our social media live streams, they're not only North Garland students, they're all over the district students.
Okay, did you say how many followers you have? How many people involved?
So on Instagram, I believe we reached 1,000 followers already, and then on our Twitter, I believe it's 565,
Wow.
somewhere around there.
Okay, and my other question would just be, if you were starting over and starting from the beginning, what would you do differently this time?
We would impact more students and give them more information about their ideal career choice.
And also, since we were also in a time crunch, I think if we had a lot more time to advertise, many more people would have known. But
And also, we make some convention or some activity event like at the school or during weekend, so other students as well as students from our school can know better about what that promise and also how to apply for them and go for it on their future.
I think word of mouth, spreading it by word of mouth would be effective as well, because we do social media, but we don't really focus as much as that, which I think we've started doing it in the past couple weeks, but if we were to start over, I think we would focus more on that.
Great job. It's very demand driven. It's very driven by what the students are interested in, and I appreciate that. But from a business perspective, would you guys be open to companies approaching you and saying, I want to participate in this program? I want to talk about my industry or universe?
Let me say. Actually, our Jose actually reaching out to many industries, and many industries are following through other industries. They've been like, oh, we want to do this because we want to inspire those young minds. After the interview with the cosmetology, many companies decided like, we want to impact these people, and I think Jose wants to comment about that.
Let's hear it for the presentation.